Let's go to Beijing and correspondent Charles Pellegrin. Charles, what's the latest?
Well, as you explained, this $83 million payment from Evergrande to on interest for bondholders, that was expected this Thursday, and still haven't heard anything from Evergrande about that particular payment, and bondholders not expecting to be paid. So now 30 days until it'll be officially counted as a default. Interesting to note that on Wednesday, Evergrande actually managed to strike a deal with bondholders located inside China, which is spurring questions about whether Evergrande and the Chinese state are prioritizing payments towards bondholders who are located onshore as opposed to offshore. The risks here are quite important. The real estate sector in China represents about 28% of the economy, and Evergrande is the second largest real estate group in the country. So a lot of concern here about these payments not being met from the authorities.
28%. Real estate's been one of the pillars of China's phenomenal growth. The Wall Street Journal reporting that Chinese authorities have been asking local governments to prepare for the potential downfall of Evergrande.
That's right. This is reported by U.S. media this Thursday, saying that Chinese authorities have been telling local authorities in China that if Evergrande were to fail, then they could face a potential storm. But all these are obviously hypotheticals, and this particular formulation shows a lot of caution on the part of the Chinese state with regards to Evergrande. Because on the one hand, there's a lot of risk, there's a lot riding on Evergrande's failure, Evergrande's bankruptcy. The fact that, for instance, 1.7 million people have invested their savings into apartments or houses that Evergrande was supposed to build, and they could potentially not have those anymore. And this is what has led to some of the protests that we've seen over the past few days, over the past few weeks at Evergrande's headquarters in Shenzhen. But there's also another aspect to this where the Chinese authorities won't want to intervene too much, because coming to bail out Evergrande would send the wrong signal to other companies that would encourage them to continue having this dangerous behavior on the financial markets. And this really shows Xi Jinping's approach to the economy, which has moved away from the reform and opening up that we've seen in prior decades towards more control, more regulation on the economy.
Charles Pellegrin, many thanks for that live update.